That you're also seeing this bit of good news. You're seeing at least some of the power coming back on where you are.
That's right. Let there be light. Just a little bit of it so far. It's like waiting for a Christmas tree lighting, I tell you. See that right there, that electronic sign? It is back on. And over there in the distance, you could see we've got some more lights on the street over there. So that is a good sign for sure. The shops at Columbus Circle here, it appears we can't quite tell exactly. Yeah, it looks like some of the lights might be coming back on here. I mean, for the most part, a lot of the buildings here are still in darkness, but we are, the good news, seeing some light over there because it was pretty much pitch black over here. Now, a lot of people want to know about the subways. Those still don't seem to be back online over here. And you could see a lot of people still out on the streets over here. We brought you that Broadway actress before. There were some kids over here who were supposed to perform at Carnegie Hall tonight. They sang for us as well because, you know, people are just missing the stage tonight, so they're making the streets of New York City their stage, and everyone around here is loving it. Now, the traffic lights you're seeing over here, those were always on in Columbus Circle. We never saw these particular traffic lights out, but beyond that, they were out. But it appears if we're seeing light on the streets over there, we're kind of hoping the traffic lights are on as well. The streets still closed. No clue when those are going to reopen, but probably not until all of the lights are back on. You could see a little bit of traffic moving through here, some cabs. Nobody hailing cabs tonight because no one's quite sure how far those cabs can actually go. The sirens have died down quite a bit. We are still seeing a lot of flashing lights, a lot of first responders still out there answering those calls because a lot of the elevators are stuck. We were talking with a woman over here. She lives on the 49th floor of her building, and she was concerned about the disabled folks who live in her building. You know, how are they going to move up and down? But again, a lot of these buildings are just evacuated entirely because there is no power. Once again, though, it's a bit of good news here in Columbus Circle. Let's show you one more time because we've been showing you nothing but darkness all night. We have some light. So that's some good news. And Jessica, we will keep you updated as hopefully more follow.
I know you will, Alice. Thank you so much for the continuing coverage. We want to take you live here to where we are anxiously awaiting the press conference from Con Ed, FDNY, NYPD. We know that the FDNY Commissioner Daniel Nigro is on the ground there getting the latest updates, and we are expected to hear from them at any moment. And again, as soon as that happens, we will bring it to you live. Just to recap what we've been telling you for the last hour or so, tonight we saw about 46,000 people on the west side of Manhattan crippled by this power outage. 46,000 customers, I should say, so that translates into a couple of 100,000 people. High-rise buildings, subway stations, hospitals. We're talking about pretty much everything on the west side of Manhattan, Upper West Side, Midtown, Hell's Kitchen, completely in the dark for hours tonight on a hot summer's night. Broadway was completely closed. In the subways, A, C, F, and D lines down. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 running on local only. If you're looking here at this live shot, you're starting to see a spotty improvement. And I phrase it like that only to say this shot, we brought it to you earlier, was completely dark. Now we're at least seeing here and there a little bit of light. Translates a little bit of hope. People are starting to get power on in Empire State Building is back on. There you go. That's a major improvement. We're hearing reports on social media and people calling in, emailing into the newsroom, getting texts also from people in Hell's Kitchen that the light and the power, the air conditioning, most importantly on a hot summer's night, is back on in some of those high-rise buildings.